Hi guys, Ronda Winstead here with you. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I thought I would just have you join with me for just a quick little craft. We are making gingerbread ornaments. Now this is one, looks like, I don't know what the glue was. I made these many years ago. And I did some that were just cut around the gingerbread and some that I pinked. Excuse me. And I thought it would just be fun. I've been hanging these on my tree for a long time. And they just add a fun little bit. And so I decided to make a little girl. And all you do is, you take a pattern. And I'll see if I can find for you to make it easy in the link below a pattern for a free gingerbread boy and or girl. But all you do, you can see what I've done here. Here's the boy, and all I did was just add a little bit to make a skirt for the girl. So it's super easy. And you can see I've had these for a long time. So yeah, so let's get started and just make something really fun and sweet. And these would also make really fun tags to put on Christmas presents or whatever, that way. Just simple, fun, easy. You could have, you could do them for your kids, grandkids, and have a fun project for them to help you with. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it, guys. All right, so what I did for this particular one is to get some manila file folder material, and I'm just going to cut that in half, and I'm putting some brown deli paper that I had. You can use just regular brown paper, you can use book page, you can use anything you want, for yours, obviously. Let's see, do we have, okay, so these will work, but there's the ridge here with the file folder, so I think I'll do them this away, and I am just going to glue approximately the size that I think it's going to need. And for this project, you guys, I'm not even going to stitch. Ooh. I hear the what? Yeah, I know. And I do love stitching on my projects, that's for sure. But if you're having kids or grandkids, making the project with you, then most of them will probably not be familiar with a sewing machine, and you may not have a sewing machine yourself. So every once in a while, I try to do a project that doesn't include any sewing, although you absolutely can do that. And I did on Mr. Gingerbread, but on Mrs. Gingerbread, I did not. All I did was glue. So, super simple. Okay. So that's on the one side, and on the other side, I am going to, well, first of all, let's just cut this in half. And I'm going to get some dictionary page. You can use, like I said, use whatever you enjoy. I have, and what I try to do with the dictionary page, because I don't want the line off center, I've tried to put my pattern so that it crosses, half on one and half on the other. And so I will do that here. We'll go ahead and let's kind of outline that. Let's see. I'm gonna get a pencil here. So I hope that you are well. I hope that life is being good to you right now. Okay, that's a little hard to see, but I think I'll be fine with that. Okay, and let's just cut the bottom off, and we'll have that for another project another day. And now I'm just going to kind of trim around here a little bit. I don't want to get too close because I want to leave myself room to do my pinking. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with that, and then I'm just going to rip these up and put them in my small scraps because those will be great for collage. Let's see, where was I? Okay, so now I'm going to glue this down, and that'll be ready. Oh, pinking shears, that's what I was going to share. Pinking shears are just a pair of scissors that have a grooved, let me show you mine, that have a zigzag edging. You can also use paper scissors, you know, the fancy cut. You can do something with those, and you can also just do plain cutting around it. That's fine too, because you can see it goes very well. So this is one of those things where it can just be literally almost anything, and it will be fun. You know, go ahead and try some different things. You know, try a couple of different ways or more than that and see, you know, kind of see what you like. Now, normally I would have probably, this isn't my favorite to have an image on the back, especially if it's a snake. And this is a moccasin. Oops. But, oh, and you see I glued on completely the wrong side because I also glued on the side that I had taken my image. So now let's just go back here and let's redo this. Center that again. Okay. Maybe I should just, you know, not be doing this right now. But I thought it would be fun just for just something simple, you guys. You want to just take it easy. For those of you that celebrate Thanksgiving in the U.S. and Canada, I believe you celebrate a little bit earlier than those of us that are in the U.S. do. But for those of you that do, how was it? Did you enjoy it? Okay, now what I'm going to do is just cut a general outline, leaving space again. Now I have the 3 layers, and now my little gingerbread man or woman, and you know, they don't have to, you can just do a whole bunch of little gingerbread guys. Or they can be girls, I don't care. Suit yourself, whatever makes you happy. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm ready to fussy cut and I'm ready to decorate. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim around the edge first. So I'm just getting my pinking shears and I'm getting somewhat close to my outline. Now if I were stitching this, I would actually stitch it on the sewing machine before I go ahead and pink it. Okay. Let's hope nobody recognizes that as a snake. Yes, dear, I'm giving you a delightful Christmas present. Oh, the snake? Oh, crazy stuff, crazy stuff. So today is actually the 27th of November. I'm not sure when this is going to be up and live, but today is our youngest son's birthday. He's 32 years old and still single. Okie doke. He's going bowling today, I understand. That's something that he treats himself with on his birthday every year. So that's kind of a fun thing. Okay, now sometimes where you put these together, where they come in together, the pinking shears don't do a perfect job, but it's still really fun. Okay, so now you get the outline here, and I think I will go ahead and outline this as well. That'll give me a good line to either sew or use a paint marker or a Sharpie or, you know, something of that nature. And normally, and what I did with these other two that I made is I did this outline. I didn't have anything on the back. But this is fine because I'm not sewing, and so this is just glued, and I can go ahead. We'll just go ahead and decorate this little guy. Okay, so I have some paint markers and I have some regular markers. So I think I'll take this little Sharpie and we'll just kind of outline, try to stay on the line. I'm not great. I don't do this a ton of, you know, a lot, but we'll give it a try. And that kind of gives it the homemade element anyway when you make it and it's not perfect. It's interesting because the older I get, the more I love the kids' ornaments that they made when they were young and in school. It's just, when they made them, I appreciated them. But I did also kind of put them to the back of the tree. And now I'm like, bring those guys out. Let's take a peek at these ugly, delicious, wonderful ornaments. And some of them are really quite homely. But they're precious and I love them. Now, for those of you that do not celebrate Christmas, you could take any image. I mean, gingerbread men are kind of normally associated with Christmas. That's true. That doesn't mean that you can't use them, but you could take this concept and make fun tags out of cartoon characters, out of, you know, simple images that you find, just for something different that comes together really fast. It's weird. I have a love-hate relationship with my glasses right now. I am finding that when I'm working close up, more and more I'm finding I want to take my glasses off. And yet when I do that, I can only see so far before it becomes a problem. And so I'm constantly, like when I'm watching TV with hubby in the evening, you know, after the day's done and you're kind of relaxing, I might be playing the game. More often than not, I'll be doing a puzzle. I love the little puzzles that I can do on my phone. See how cute that's looking? It's coming right along. Another thing that I'm going to do is, and this is going to give it, believe it or not, this really makes a difference, to go around the edge and ink the edges to make that just kind of pop. It just looks so much better, I think. Of course, you know, you don't have to do that. You do your own thing. That's perfectly wonderful. And I would imagine that if you decide to do a project like this with grandkids or kids, they won't care. They'll just have fun spending time with mom or dad or grandma and grandpa. That bothers me, so I think we'll trim that a little bit. Cut that off just a tad bit. That is the most important thing, is spending time. Gifts are nice, gifts are wonderful, but it's the time that you spend with your family that's really going to count. When all is said and done, you can't get back that time. It goes away and it's gone. So hopefully we're making memories and strengthening those family bonds. And sometimes, you know, family doesn't just mean blood relatives, you know. Family can be just people you love and that are supportive of you, and that there's mutual caring and sharing. Because not everybody is raised in a perfect, wonderful family, and I certainly acknowledge that, and I know that the holidays can be super rough sometimes. And to any of you that may be sad or lonely or hurting, I'm sending my love and prayers to you, because you are very important. You're very special. Okay, this is looking good. Now we just need to decorate it. And in all honesty, I'm not going to decorate the little girl because it's basically the same process as the boy, just a few little different things. You know, you make or paint a dress, but I just wanted this to be a short video. I know. Rhonda, you don't do short videos. Well, every once in a while, I can. I really, really can. Okay, now I'm going to use my paint pen. Shake a lick. And we will draw some eyes. Imperfect eyes. Whose eyes are perfect anyway, right? Let's see. I think this one's a little bit bigger, but okay. That'll be all right. And you can, you know, if you have a pattern and you want to be super detailed about that, that's great. Totally cool. And now I'm just getting a black pen to go ahead and do a little nose. Just a fun little guy right there. And then she said, we'll get out a marker. Let's see, do I want to do a paint pen or a marker? Eeny, meeny, catch a tigger. I don't know. Let him go. Okay, we'll just give it a go. And it's just a little guy there, little guy. And then let that black dry. Just one sec, close your ears. If you don't want to hear, I'm going to put the heat gun just to dry that black. Because I still have to do the white spots in the eyes, because right now they don't look like eyes. Okay, and now we'll go ahead and do the little icing. How many of you actually make gingerbread cookies? That would be interesting. Do you make gingerbread cookies? And if you do you make both boys and girls, or just the traditional boy, or just girls? It'd be fun. And how do you decorate yours? How do you, what do you do with your gingerbread? Now, I could have gone ahead and done I could have done the white, and then I wouldn't have to go back over and do my brown outline, but I didn't. I didn't think about it. Well, I actually did when I was decorating the other one, but I promptly forgot. And, okay, so and these are Posca paint pens, if you're interested. I really like them. I've had these for a long time. I don't paint all the time, so they last quite a bit. And in fact, I think these are, I don't know, maybe well, actually this is new. I've repurchased white and black, but my colors I've had for over 3 years. So, yeah. Okay, now let's see. Let's do just a little comma and a dot or two, and a comma and a dot. Not perfect. I'll clean it up a little bit with my pen. Now I'll get the black pen and I can kind of eliminate or make that a little better by doing that. And I'm going to go ahead and outline as well my little white icing trim. And then all we have to do are the buttons and the hanger. And we are done. So you can see, guys, this is really a fun, easy project. And you can do it, if you do it assembly line, it will go even much faster, that way. So you can make a whole bunch. Make a whole bunch of these fun tags and put them on your packages, and just fun stuff. Okay. Let's do a pink button. Let's come down here. I'm not the greatest at circles. That's for sure. That is for sure. And let's do a green. I have to tell you, you guys, this year, for the first time, we had our tree up. If you've been following me, you know that we had our tree up the Saturday. Hubby put it up last Saturday, a week ago. And he wasn't exactly wonderfully excited about that. But he did it because he loves me. Hang on. The dryer again, so plug your ears for just a sec. Okay. But after Thursday, all the baking, all the cooking all the fun eating and you know, everything that goes with Thanksgiving. And that's not very good, but we'll call that okay. Yesterday and today, I am looking and just feeling incredibly happy that we went ahead and decorated, because it's all done. It's all done. It's, the tree is up and decorated, and it just feels so good to already have that done. I think one of the things that I recognized was stressful for me, and sometimes it takes a long time before you realize some of these things. So I don't get mad at myself because I didn't figure it all out, but I'm grateful, you know, for figuring it all out finally. And I'm using the very, very tiny punch with the, oh gosh, it's not even, it's not an eighth, it's smaller than that, maybe a 16th. I don't know if it says on here. It's Fiskars. Well, you just have to look, but it's just big enough for some fine thread to go through or yarn. Not big enough for anything very big. And I have created a hole. Okay, that did go through. And then this is what I'm hanging it with, or, you know, putting it on to a package, attaching it that way. I just take about 12 inches of just this gold, this is just thread, sewing thread, and I've had it for a long time as well, and it's super, super thin. So I am, now because I want to do it on camera, it's going to give me a little bit of trouble. So I just picked up my awl, and you could make, you see, yeah, you don't even have to have a punch. You could definitely use an awl or some other little pointy something or other. Now I know this is difficult to see because you can hardly see this at all, but here I'm pulling, making a loop, pulling the two threads together, and then pulling that over and pulling that up, which brings this together. And then you just decide how much room you want, and then I just do a little knot, just a little slip knot, and then I just trim off the little extra threads, and we are good to go. Isn't that fun? So that is it, my friends. Go ahead and, you know, make some gingerbread. I'd love to see what you do. I'd love to see what you think about this. Please leave a comment or two, and just know I love you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you have any comments, just go ahead and ask. Or so until next video, guys, have a fabulous day. Bye-bye now.